What is going on, everybody? It is Thursday, March 28th, 2019, and yes, the Yankees just came off a 7-2 opening day victory against the Baltimore Orioles, who are a bad team, but still a very nice way to start off the 2019 season. Story, of course, the main story being Luke Voit with a 3-run shot in the first inning, picking up exactly where he left off in 2018, had a great day at the plate, walked twice, had 4 ribbies, only went 1 for 1 because, of course, he did have the 2 walks and the hit by pitch, so 4 ribbies on the day, a 3-run bomb in the first inning. Greg Bird had a nice day too, if you just look at the fact that he hit a solo shot to right center field. Other than that, struck out 3 times, did not look good, besides the home run at bat. But Aaron Judge continues to look great at the plate, went 2 for 3, 2 walks, 3 runs, did an absolute piss missile for his first single, and then a little squiggler up the middle for a second. But, yeah, great team win for the Yankees. Masahiro Tanaka pitched very well, 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned run, and 5 strikeouts. The bullpen was pretty good, especially Adam Ottavino. 1 1/3 scoreless, 0 hits, 3 strikeouts, and then Britton and Chapman both with a scoreless inning as well. Chapman's velocity was down, as it's been for pretty much all of spring training, throwing about 95 to 96. It's still early, the weather still isn't ideal, so it is a little bit chilly out there. Chapman, I'm sure, still has some loosening up on his arm to do. And he is getting older. I mean, it's not out of like the realm of possibility that possibly his velocity is going to start declining, but he still has great stuff, has great off-speed pitches. I know his one slider breaking ball, one of them that he threw today was 79 miles an hour. So velocity declining, if that actually is going to be a thing moving forward, and like I said, it very well could just be an early season blip in his velocity. But if that's the case, then he still has the stuff to get through it. As for the other guys in the lineup, Giancarlo Stanton, he had a nice day, went 1 for 3 with 2 walks. He's looking very good at the plate. His approach looks much better. He did strike out once. That wasn't very pretty, but other than that, a pretty nice day for Stan. Miguel Andujar, he had an RBI and a hit in 3 at-bats. Gary Sanchez, he himself had a hit too. He nice little ground ball through the right side through the shift. Put up a great 13-pitch at-bat in the 6th inning. And even Troy Tulowitzki, he had an RBI double to left field too. So offensively, pitching-wise, everything a great day for the Yankees. Defense didn't look too great. Nothing to get too concerned over yet, of course. Great win. Very great win. 7-2 victory. And another thing, too, though. This Baltimore Orioles team is bad. Very bad. And that's not discounting the Yankees win whatsoever. I mean, if the Yankees want to win the AL East this year, they got to beat up on the Orioles. And that was the difference maker between the Yankees and the Red Sox last year. The Yankees didn't play too well against the Orioles, mostly early on. And the Red Sox pounded them, as you should. The Orioles are a horrible team. Very, very bad. Even probably worse than last year. I'm not saying they're going to win under 47 games. Mike Francesa said it best. They should just be embarrassed at the ball club they're putting out there. But that's what the Yankees got to do. They got to keep pounding on the Orioles. They have a game Saturday and a game Sunday. And then following that, they have a series with Detroit. That's a series you'd at least take 2 out of 3 of. And then they play Baltimore again. They're going to Baltimore for their home opening series. That's another series you really got to pound on them. So if you have 6 games against the Orioles to start out the season, got to be taking, to be honest, at least 5 out of 6, if not all 6. And going back to the offense, Brett Gardner was the only Yankee to not record a hit today. But he did look pretty good at the plate. He obviously had a great spring. Did walk once today, and also struck out as well. I've changed my mind a little bit on the Brett Gardner signing. If most of you guys don't know, I initially wasn't a fan of that whatsoever. I actually kind of got a little heated over it, unless they were bringing him back to be a 4th outfielder. But at the idea of him starting, I was completely opposed to that. But Brett Gardner's still a good player. I totally trust that given the chance to play every day, he's going to be just fine. Now, an interesting thing to bring up, though, in terms of the outfield situation, talking about Brett Gardner, of course, is when Aaron Hicks comes back, what do you do with Greg Bird and Luke Voit if both of them are hitting? Obviously, both homered today. Aaron Hicks is set to come back at some point in April. So, I mean, yeah, it's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem that has to get worked out in the next couple weeks, because you figure Hicks probably going to be back by, I don't know, end of a couple weeks, at the latest, the end of the month. So if these guys still continue to hit, I mean, obviously, if Greg Bird just starts struggling, then you'd set him down in the minor leagues. But if these guys both continue to hit, then what do you do? Because it seems like the job really is Luke Voigt's. All Luke Voit has done is hit. He's hit, as a Yankee at least. Pretty much when he's been given the opportunity to hit, consistent playing time, he's always hit. In the minor leagues, when he was traded to the Yankees last year, consistently raked. In this past spring training, and now opening day with a great opening day performance. 3-run shot to center, and it was a bomb. Did his little Sammy Sosa hop. That was dope. Yeah, just a great vibe from Luke Voit as usual. Greg Bird, his first 3 at-bats, did not look good whatsoever. Struck out 3 times. Kind of looked he looked like he was pressing a little bit. And I mean, to be honest, I can't really blame him because obviously Luke Voigt's having that great day out there, and the crowd's fucking obsessed with him. And Greg Bird actually got boos, which is pretty irrational and ridiculous, but he needed that solo shot. I think it was in the 8th inning to right center. It was a good shot, definitely a good shot. But I mean, if Greg Bird wants to stay on this Yankee team, injuries aside, he's gonna have to keep putting up numbers because it seems like Luke Voigt is the real deal. Now, as for the rest of the league, this is being recorded the day of opening day, and it's coming out tomorrow, the Friday. But as of right now, the Red Sox are losing the Mariners 7-2. Not a good outing for Chris Sale. He's given up 2 homers to Tim Beckham. His final line was 3 innings, 6 hits, 7 earned runs, 4 strikeouts, and 2 walks. This is obviously coming a week after he signed that 5-year, 6-year extension with the Boston Red Sox. I forget what it was. I think it was 5 years. Yeah, so obviously not a good start for Sale and the Red Sox. But, of course, their offense is good enough to come back in this game. So, you guys know by tomorrow when this comes out if Boston lost or not. But as of right now, it's looking good. All right, so now we're going to transition over to the question side of things. As always, if you haven't followed on Instagram at Yankees Avenue and at NYY Home Runs, make sure you go and do so because that's where I get the questions from every week. So, be sure to give them a follow. All right, so first question of the day is George Lennis asks, what are my takeaways from opening day? My takeaways are, it is a small sample size, of course, of just one game. But like I said, I think Luke Voigt, he is the real deal. I mean, the guy has just way too much talent to call a fluke. And not that I ever really called him a fluke, but he seems legit. Aaron Judge looks fantastic. Only made me more enthusiastic about my prediction that I said that he's going to be MVP in 2019. He just looks like a brilliant hitter at the plate. He's never looked better in his 2-year career as a Yankee. Just an overall great energy with his team is my basic takeaway. This Yankee team is going to be good, very good. The vibe of the stadium was great, as is expected to be.
Tommy Giordano 22 asks, how would DJ fit in if Tulo is our everyday quote-unquote shortstop? The plan with DJ is to just fill him in throughout the infield, pretty much have him be an everyday player, an everyday utility player. So when Gleyber needs a day off at second, he'll fill in there. When Tulo needs a day off, Gleyber will slide over to short, DJ will play second. When Greg or Voigt need a day off, whoever's playing first, when one of them need a day, DJ will play there. He can play some third too, so when Andujar needs a day, he can play there. Pretty much a rotation of days off for guys, and that's where DJ is going to play. I think he's set to play on Saturday, and there's even a chance he could lead off some games, according to Aaron Boone. So be on the lookout for that. Jack Fisher 74 asks, who will lead the Yankees in home runs? I'm going to go with, to be honest, after today, I might say Luke Voigt, but I'm going to stick with my prediction that Aaron Judge is going to lead the team in home runs. Might even hit 60. Mikey Man 003 asks, how many saves for Chapman this season? Who cares? Saves is a stupid stat. But anyways, swag.c number 1 asks, do you think that the Yankees finally have fixed their pitching rotation problems? I mean, not really, considering Luis Severino and CC Sabathia, they're still on the DL. So just because Tanaka pitched well today, that doesn't mean their pitching problems are fixed. Aaron Co 33 asks, who's leaving the rotation when Sevy comes back? Assuming CC Sabathia is back by then, whoever the 5th starter happens to be then. So I guess either Luis Cessa or Domingo Germán. Or Gio Gonzalez, whoever the guy is, that's probably that's whose place Sevy would take. Z Sorsen 42 asks, 100 wins in 2019. I'm thinking more, but ultimately I don't really care about the wins. Of course, the main goal is a 28th World Series championship for the Yankees. Alright, so that's basically going to do it on this episode of the Yankees Avenue podcast. Great win for the Yankees today, a 7-2 victory over the Orioles. And real quick, don't forget to follow at Yankees Avenue and at NYY Home Runs on Instagram, and Dan Allen Rourke on Instagram and Twitter as well. And make sure if you're going to go to any games, use code NYYHR for $20 off your SeatGeek purchase. Helps me out a ton. It can also help you guys out a ton. So yeah, the Yankees Avenue podcast, be on the lookout for it next Friday, and we'll see you then.
Her body's gold like September. She burns through the night like an ember. And all those things we try forgetting, I remember. But we say we all fine, we all fine. Sunny day dreams and we up now. Vodka lemonade, I serve it up, it goes down. 75 degrees in a dope sound. All you need to live fine, to live fine. A little sunshine cause she needed. A dose of rainfall in the evening. The waves crash down and we feel them. Say here's through the nights we steal them. And I be running cause I figured out, the more I slow down, the less I get out. And if we fall, let's be strong now. Moving along, we don't mind, we don't mind.
Believe
November. And going through the letters that I send her, and thinking about the moment that I met her. Well, I'll be back in due time, in due time. Touchdown, throw off my own 2 shoes. Still the same city I've been used to, and all the reckless things that we do keep us young, they're good signs, they're good signs. Take a little more if you need it. Voices of the night won't mislead it. The tide pulls me in, but it takes slow. Here's to the nights we let go, and I'm hoping that they figure out it's all about the scenery along the route. No fears and no problems. These moments are so kind, they're so kind. All the good comes in waves. I buy my time by the ocean, and at night I'm awake to feel the wake of your motion. And I want something that's feeling alright. Loose cannon but still it won't fight. No need to leave, spend our whole lives. Another day in paradise. I don't need what I've sold, I just need something good. And I know when we're old, we'll look back and say some mistakes we made, they made us who we are. These games we played, they got us really far. That shit to most won't ever mean a thing, but it got us here, so I hold on. All the good comes in waves. I buy my time by the ocean, and at night I'm awake to feel the wake of your motion. And I want something that's feeling alright. Loose cannon but still